Harper. Umpire, Ray Fox. Linesman, Roger Maris. Line judge, Bob Mullen. High School football team.
This is the 3A Kansas State High School Activities Association Championship football game this afternoon from the Kansas State University campus in Manhattan. Wellsville will go against the Lindsborg Smoky Valley Vikings. And now to the field for the introduction of the teams.
Number 15, John Rawson. Number 20, Steve Kurtz. Number 28, Jamie Ratzlaff. Number 29, Doug Johnson. Number 30, Tim Arnbrewster. Number 31, Matt Talbot. Number 32, Chuck Walker. Number 33, Brian Pedersen. Number 35, Dustin Hayes. Number 47, Roger Odell. Number 6, Jeff Selhorn. Number 52, Dave Anderson. Number 53, Richard Henson. Number 55, Andy Carlson. Number 57, Eric Swenson. Number 58, Ralph Hardy. Number 60, Brent Dyke. Number 62, Mark Lucas. Number 66, Jason Baird. Number 71, Doug Ball. Number 74, Chip Brock. Number 76, Scott Anderson. Number 78, Dan Winter. Number 80, Daniel Cabo. Number 81, Larry Vander.
Well, there you have the introduction of both teams. The Wellsville Eagles dressed in their light blue jerseys and gray pants, and the Lindsborg Smoky Valley Vikings dressed in white on the far sideline here at Kansas State University. This videotape presentation is made by Event Video Makers of Topeka, Kansas, all rights reserved. Now the captains will meet at center field for the ceremonial coin toss. The Lindsborg Smoky Valley Vikings come into this game with a record of 10 wins and 2 losses on the year. Wellsville, an identical mark, 10-2. Wellsville defeated Sabetha to advance from the semifinals to the championship game last week by a score of 28-6. And it was Smoky Valley beating Smith Center by a score of 14-3 a week ago to advance to this 3A Kansas State High School Activities Association championship game. The officials being introduced to the players at the center of the field, and now for the ceremonial coin toss to see who will receive on this rather cold and cloudy afternoon in Manhattan. Smoky Valley has won the toss, and they will receive. To our right, Wellsville will kick off from left to right to open the ball game. So the Vikings will get the first chance on offense under head coach Gary Sanbo as we begin action here this afternoon. The Smoky Valley Vikings school colors are black and orange out of the Central Kansas League, and they of course are the Vikings. 10-2 overall record on the year. Crimson and blue, the colors of Wellsville. The Eagles come out of the Frontier League, and as I said, their record also 10-2 on the year. They finished 4th in their league, while Smoky Valley finished 2nd in the Central Kansas League. Gary Sanbo, the head coach of Lindsborg Smoky Valley. Jim Wright, the head coach of Wellsville. Wellsville will kick off from left to right. The wind at the Eagles' back as they kick off, blowing from left to right at about 15 miles an hour. As we begin this afternoon's 3A state championship football game from Kansas State University on this November 26th afternoon, 1988. Two men back deep for Smoky Valley as the Eagles of Wellsville get ready to kick off. Brian O'Connor lined up to kick the football for the Eagles, and we are underway. It's a high end-over-end kick, short, taken at the 8-yard line and fumbled by Smoky Valley. Picked up, comes left to the 15, and is down right there, carrying the football, Guy Allen, and it was Brian O'Connor that made the tackle for the Wellsville Eagles. 1st and 10 for the Vikings of Smoky Valley as they begin at their own, let's call it the 13-yard line. 1st down and 10. The Eagles line up in a 4-man front defense to begin the ball game. Vikings will be going into the wind. They may try to keep the football on the ground as they send 2 receivers out wide to the right side in the slot. I formation. Now they shift motion to the right side. And a little swing pass to the back end motion. He spins away from one tackler at the 10 and is up to about the 17, maybe the 18-yard line. On the reception, Mike Morganson, the tailback, 185-pound senior, pick up a 5, 2nd down, 5 yards to go, and it was Aaron Todd on the tackle, a linebacker for Wellsville. 2nd down and 5, just underway, ball on the 17-yard line. And once again, the Vikings will set it up in the I formation. This time they send their 2 receivers to the near side, and again, the back in motion to the left. Handoff straight up the middle, goes for maybe a yard, and that's about it. Met by the entire middle of the defensive line, and again, it's Aaron Todd, one of the first men through there, to make the tackle for Wellsville. It's called a 3rd down, and still 5 yards to go. No gain on the play for the Vikings from Smoky Valley. Again, they'll line up in the I formation. Quick count, handoff to the 2nd man through. He tries the right side, and he is wrapped up on a collar-high tackle. Making the carry once again, Mike Morganson, the 185-pound senior tailback, and he got maybe a yard or 2. It'll be 4th down, and the Vikings will be forced to punt, and they're punting into a breeze that's blowing from our left to our right. Good snap on the punt. It's a low line drive kick. It'll hit at the 46. Take a Viking roll, be picked up at the 35, cuts left to the 40, and knocked out of bounds on the far side. Wellsville will take over at about their own 41-yard line. And it was Sean Van Beck that made the tackle for the Vikings of Smoky Valley. We'll get our first look at the Wellsville Eagles offense. Their quarterback, number 12, Aaron Todd, is a 197-pound senior. He played linebacker on the defense just a moment ago and was in on a couple of early tackles. He'll start at quarterback. No score, 9:41 left to play, first quarter of action here at Manhattan. Wellsville comes out, sets up in an I formation, wide receiver to the near side, double tight end, handoff straight up the middle to the fullback, and a short gain on the carry by Jack Wilhite. Wilhite, 170-pound senior. Guy Allen in on the tackle for the Vikings. Call it a gain of 2, second down, 8 yards to go. The ball spotted at the 43-yard line. Into the ball game now, bringing the play in from the Eagles sideline, Corey Lieb, a 175-pound senior. Split back is what they have him listed as, and he will split out to the left side. Wing right, kind of an unusual formation. Pro set backfield, offset to the left. Wilhite gets the pitch from the quarterback and crosses the 45 up near the 48-yard line. It's going to bring up a third down and still about 3.5 yards to go for an Eagle, 1st and 10. Jason Baird made the stop for the Vikings. Football resting at the 48-yard line, just shy of midfield, right on the Wildcat face at the middle of the football field here at Kansas State. Clock running, 8:35 to go first quarter, and again, slot to the left side, wide receiver tucked in tight with a pro set backfield. This time the pitch goes to the right, eludes one tackler in the backfield. It's knocked down at the line of scrimmage, however, on the carry, Mike Heim makes the carry, 145-pound senior, and Andy Carlson on the stop for the Vikings. Fourth down, a long 3 yards to go, and a punting situation for Wellsville, so neither team able to move the football on their first possession. Vikings set up in punt the Eagles in punt formation, getting ready to kick the football away. It's a good snap. Wilhite gets the kick and angles it to the near side. It hits at the 30 and takes a bounce back to the 32-yard line where it's downed right there. Scott Bovine downs the football, I should say, at the 32-yard line. And Wellsville turns the football over after 4 quick plays. The Vikings will get the ball back for their second attempt on offense of the afternoon. Still no score in the ball game, 7:48 remaining, first quarter of action from this 3A state championship game as the Eagles send wide receivers slot to the right side and a pro set in the backfield. At quarterback, Troy Oliver, number 11, he rolls to the right side, sets up, fires the football, and it's dropped at the 42-yard line. Pass was there, hit the wide receiver right in the hands, and it falls incomplete. Second down, 10 yards to go. Good crowd on hand for both the Vikings and the Eagles' hometowns. Wide receivers split to the right side for the Vikings. It's Troy Garcia out wide. Larry Van Der Wigge is in the slot. I formation, quick count, fake handoff. Quarterback's going to roll. He's in all kinds of trouble. Gets across the 30, breaks away, and finally run out of bounds. After a short gain of maybe a yard at the 33-yard line, Aaron Todd, the linebacker, came up and knocked the quarterback out of bounds, Troy Oliver. Gain of only 1, maybe 1.5 on the play, brings up third down, let's call it 9 yards to go for a Viking 1st and 10. Both teams just getting their feet under them a little bit, trying to feel each other's defenses out and see what will work and what won't here in the early going. Wide receiver this time comes out to the near side. It's Manuel Cabral, a 135-pound senior wide receiver. Again, Vikings on a quick count. Pass intended for Cabral. It's complete, and he goes down after picking up a first down at the 45-yard line. Nice play on his part to come back to the football and make the catch. A gain of 14, first down and 10 at the 45. And that's the first down, rather the second first down of the ball game for the Vikings from Lindsborg, Smoky Valley. Vikings again, wing right, wide receiver right, and an offset backfield. Here comes the pitch. It comes to the tailback. He trails, gets across the 50 to the 45 and down to the 43-yard line. Mike Mogensen on the carry, and he's stopped by Ryan Rabb, a 143-pound senior safety that finally made the stop. Gain of 11 yards. It's another first down and 10 for the Vikings at the 44 of Wellsville. Clock running with 6:41 left to go, first quarter of action. Again, an I formation by the Vikings. The quarterback, Troy Oliver, takes it on a quick count and hands to his fullback off the right side, and he got a yard and not much more. Let's call it a gain of 1. Talbot made the carry, picks up a yard, and Dale Gray on the stop for Wellsville. I guess officially they'll give him a gain of 2. Call it 2nd and 8. Wide receiver split right, wing right, and again that offset backfield. Quick pitch to the tailback. He goes right side, turns the corner at the 40. He's down to the 35, still going, run out of bounds at the 33-yard line is Mike Mogensen, and Mogensen, the big man on the ground in the early going for the Vikings. Ryan Rabb finally over to run him out, but not before he's close to a first down, and they'll give it to him at the 33. All of a sudden, the Vikings finding the going a little easier outside the tackles on both the right and the left side. That pass play a few minutes ago really gave them a spark. Wide receivers, 2 of them to the near side. Again, an I formation. And again, Oliver on a quick count. Handoff straight up the middle this time they go, and a short gain by Mogensen. He gets maybe 2, maybe 3 on the play. Second down, still about 8 yards to go. Jack Wilhite on the stop for Wellsville. And the Eagles defense bending a little bit. This drive started at the 33-yard line of the Vikings. They're now at the 33 of Wellsville. Again, an I, wide receivers both sides. Pitch back comes to Mogensen, the tailback. He's got some running room across the 30. Cuts back inside and gets wrapped up at the 27-yard line. Short of a first down. And a host of blue jerseys in there on the stop. Number 22, Mark Thorough, the first one to get to him, and he had help from about 4 teammates in there. It'll be third down and about 3.5 yards to go for a first down and 10 for the Vikings. Wide to the left side for the Vikings is Manuel Cabral, wing left. Pitch back once again, Mogensen, he turns the corner, 25-20 down the sideline, out of bounds at the 18-yard line. And a first and 10 for the Vikings. Mogensen knocked out of bounds by Darren Owings. First down and 10 inside the 20. They'll mark him out at the 18-yard line. And the Vikings running the sweep very effectively, both to the left and the right side here in the first quarter. 4:45 to play, first quarter of action. No score, but the Vikings driving at the 18. Quick count again. Oliver back to pass, looks to the right side. And he's wrapped up, sacked back at the 21-yard line. He didn't have anybody open. Good move not to throw the football. And he was sacked by Jack Wilhite for a loss of 3 on the play, 2nd and 13. First sack of the day by the Wellsville defense. Oliver 1 for 2 in the passing department unofficially this afternoon. And again, Oliver will send a wide receiver to the right, wing right, out of the offset I. Pitch back, Mogensen to the 20, cuts inside down to the 16-yard line, a gain of 4. It'll be third down and 8 yards to go. And Mike Hamilton on the defensive lineman comes back to make the tackle. The officials take a timeout. Official timeout, apparently there's an equipment problem in the Viking huddle, and of course they'll want to take care of the players' well-being, so they'll get that straightened out. And now we're set to go. 3:55 remaining, first quarter. Ball's resting on the 16-yard line. 3rd down, 7. Pro set in the backfield. Wing to the left side. Quick count, Oliver. Hands off to his fullback, who gets back to the line of scrimmage and not much more. Talbot on the carry. Matt Talbot, 170-pound junior, and Jack Wilhite. We've called his name several times this afternoon. Wilhite again in on the stop for Wellsville. 4th down, the ball's at the 16. Vikings, if they decide to go for the field goal, will be kicking into a win. And they're going to go for it. 4th down and 8. They line up in the I formation with 3:15 to play first quarter. Tailback in motion. That's Mogensen. Oliver back to pass on 4th and 8. Floats it over the middle, complete at the 10, the 5, and into the end zone for a touchdown is Sam Francisco. 16-yard touchdown reception with 3:05 to play in the first quarter, and it's the Vikings of Smoky Valley out to an early 6-0 lead.
Tackle by number 33, Wilhite. Second down, 33. Ball carrier, Mogensen. Tackle by number 22, Mark Earl. Tackle number 54, Mike Hamilton. Tackle by number 33, Will Height.
On to attempt the extra point now will be Eric Sogren. Sogren, a 150-pound junior. He's also the backup quarterback on the Vikings team. The place is on the tee, the kick's away, and it's perfect. Smoky Valley 7, Wellsville nothing. 3:05 to go, first quarter of action. We're set to go with the kickoff. Smoky Valley 7, Wellsville nothing. Vikings just scored on a 16-yard touchdown pass, and here's the kick. It's a short one. It'll hit at the 23. Be picked up at the 20, straight ahead the 30, and tripped up at the 31-yard line. On the carry for Wellsville, number 34, Mike Heim, a senior tailback. He picked the ball up, returns it just across the 30, the 31-yard line, and the Eagles, trailing 7-0 with the wind at their back, will go to work. First down and 10 from there. Wellsville Eagles send wide receiver out to the near side. That's number 80, Darren Owings. Out of the I formation with a wing back set up on the right side. Mark Thorough, handoff straight up the middle across the 33 to the 34-yard line on the carry is Jack Wilhite. 170-pound senior fullback, and Wilhite picks up a couple. Second down, 8 yards to go. We'll call it 2nd and 7 as they mark him at the 34. Larry Van Der Wiggy on the stop for the Vikings of Smoky Valley. Clock running, just under 2.5 minutes to play. First quarter of action here in Manhattan, Kansas. I formation, wide receiver again in the wing to the right side. Quick count by the quarterback, fakes the handoff, back to pass, throws, and the pass is complete at the 44-yard line to number 80, Darren Owings, the junior wide receiver. Good for a first down on a pickup of 12. Troy Oliver, the defensive back, had to come over and make the tackle. And a bit of a dangerous pass as it was thrown right over one of the linebackers who leapt in an attempt to intercept it in front of the wide receiver. Of course, could not get to it. First down and 10. I formation, slot to the left side this time for Wellsville. Quick count, pitch back to the tailback. Comes to the right side, 45-50, running room to the 45 and out of bounds at the 43-yard line on the carry. Number 34, Mark Heim, and Troy Oliver on the stop for the Vikings. Eagles pick up another 1st and 10, their second consecutive first down. 1st and 10 at the 43 inside Lindsborg territory. He's knocked out of bounds, stopping the clock with 1:55 to play in the first quarter. And Wellsville looks like they have a spark lit under them by the Vikings scoring that first touchdown. I formation, quick count, handoff straight up the middle, comes right side now to the 42. Gain of about a yard on the play. Brent Rechterig on the carry. Check it, that was number 30, Corey Leib on the carry, and Dave Anderson made the tackle. 235-pound linebacker on the stop for Smoky Valley. Gain of a yard, second down, 9 to go now for Wellsville. Once again, wide to the left side goes Darren Owings, and in the slot to the left, Mark Thoreau. I formation behind the quarterback, quick count. He's looking to pass, sets up deep down the left side. He's got a receiver, Owing at the 10, the 5, touchdown! Darren Owings on a 42-yard touchdown pass from his quarterback, Aaron Todd. And Wellsville is back within one as the blue balloons go off from the near sideline. It didn't take them long to strike back. 1:15 now remaining in the first quarter. Minute and 40 seconds earlier, the Vikings scored. Here's the point after attempt. It's up, and the kick is good, and we're tied at 7. Wellsville 7, Smoky Valley 7 with 1:15 to play first quarter. Brian O'Connor will kick off for Wellsville. We're tied at 7-7. Here in the first quarter of action, 2 receivers back deep, and it's a low squib kick. Takes a Wellsville roll at the 20, and it's going to roll out of bounds, and that'll cost them 5 yards, and they'll have to re-kick it. Good heads-up play by Mike Mogensen to let the football roll out of bounds at about the 13-yard line. Illegal procedure will go the call against Wellsville, and Wellsville will have to back up and kick it off from the 35. The obvious intent there by Brian O'Connor is to keep it away from Mogensen, the deep back, and also number 11 back there, Troy Oliver. So some respect by Wellsville for the Smoky Valley Viking return duo. Oliver and Mogensen now move up 5, and they'll stand just inside the 15-yard line. After the 5-yard walk-off against Wellsville, and once again, Brian O'Connor tees the ball up, this time at the 35-yard line. Number 12, Aaron Todd, standing up near the football, will set the line to prepare for the kickoff. O'Connor approaches the ball, puts the toe to it. This time he gets under it, and it'll be taken at the 11 by Mogensen. He's straight ahead to the 20, the 25, the 30, and dives forward to near the 33-yard line. Mike Mogensen, nice return up to the 33, and it was George Laster, one of the first men to get to him for Wellsville. Also in there on the stop, number 35, Scott Bovin. And this time, the Smoky Valley Vikings will begin from about where they began their touchdown drive, their own 33-yard line. We're tied 7-7 as the Vikings come to the line of scrimmage with wide receivers left and right and a lone back in the backfield. And he gets the football, and it's met immediately at the line of scrimmage. That was Guy Allen on the handoff carry from Troy Oliver. Allen got nowhere, may have lost a yard on the play. Heath Raby on the tackle for Wellsville. Clock counting down to 30 seconds to go first quarter. And now a timeout taken on the field by the officials with exactly 29 seconds remaining. An official's timeout, and one of the Vikings over in the huddle having a problem with his chin strap on his helmet. He has that repaired. Checking in for Wellsville now on the defense, number 73, Dale Gray, replacing number 60, Nathan Hammond, on the defensive line for the Wellsville Eagles. Vikings again, lone backfield. Fake handoff, this time swing pass left side complete to Mogensen. He's across the 35, fumbles the football, and it's recovered by Wellsville at the 37. Mike Mogensen fumbled the football, and it was Mark Thoreau, number 22, that fell on it at the 37-yard line. And a big break for the Wellsville Eagles. They'll get the football first and 10 inside Viking territory, just inside the 37-yard line. First turnover by either team on the day. Aaron Todd, the quarterback for Wellsville. They're going to let the clock run out. We'll shift ends. We're at the end of the first quarter. Wellsville 7, Lindsborg Smoky Valley 7. We'll be back for the second quarter after this. On the first play of the second quarter, straight ahead goes Wellsville in a gain of 5 as the tailback carries the football on a quick pitch. Wilhite on the carry, a gain of 5 yards. Second down, 5 yards to go for Wellsville. A host of white jerseys in there on the stop. Sean Van Beck, one of the first people to get to him. Second down, 5 yards to go. Just underway, second quarter of action. Split back. 3 receivers slightly off the line to the right side. Handoff, though, goes to the left, and again it's Wilhite on the carry across the 30, just inside the 30-yard line. Dave Anderson, number 52, made the tackle for Smoky Valley. Both teams sticking pretty much on the ground, but scoring through the air in the first quarter as we finished the first quarter with a 7-7 deadlock in this 3A State High School Championship football game. Wellsville head coach Jim Wright signaling the play-in from the near side to his quarterback Aaron Todd, who is a senior, playing his last game for Jim Wright and the Wellsville Eagles. Todd sets his backs in the eye, slot right, 5-man front on the defense. Coming to the left side, across the 30, down to the 27, maybe the 26-yard line on the carry. Mike Heim. Doug Malm makes the stop for the Vikings. Malm, a 225-pound senior defensive tackle, had to pursue laterally to make that stop. And there's a timeout on the field for a measurement. They'll bring the chains across from the far side. It's going to be close. The chain at the 26-yard line on the far side. The football just inside the 27. From here, it looks like he'll be about a half a yard short. And if he is, it'll set up 4th down and less than a yard to go. Well, you can't get any closer than that. 4th down and an inch. 4th and an inch for Wellsville. And they're going to go for it. Game tied at 7, 10:46 to play. First half of action now. The Wellsville Eagles are going to go for it as soon as the officials get the ball spotted. Referee for today's game is Bruce Harper, the umpire Ray Fox, Roger Maris, the linesman, and Bob Mullen, the field judge. The official corps working today's 3A championship game. 4th down. And about an inch or an inch and a half to go. Aaron Todd sets him in the eye, keeps it himself straight ahead. He's got the first down inside the 25, a gain of 2 on the play. Smart call by Todd. Dave Anderson on the stop. Todd didn't want to risk fumbling the football or having a running back met in the backfield, so he just followed his center and right guard and picks up 2 yards for a 1st and 10. Out of the game is Corey Lieb for Wellsville, and checking in, number 80, Darren Owings, who caught the 43-yard touchdown pass in the first quarter. Todd again works out of the I formation. Double tight end, slot right. Pitch back comes left side. Wilhite, he's down to the 21-yard line on the carry. Or rather, that's Mike Heim. Heim on the carry down to the 21. And it was Doug Malm that made the tackle again, number 71, and he is becoming more prevalent as the game goes on and on the last 2 or 3 plays on the defense. Heim checks out. Corey Lieb brings the play in to quarterback Aaron Todd, facing a 2nd down and 5 yards, 6 yards to go for a 1st and 10. Once again, they set up with a slot right and an offset pro set backfield. Handoff on a little misdirection play, and a gain down near the 15-yard line is Corey Lieb on the carry. Andy Carlson, number 55, on the stop, the linebacker, a senior for the Vikings. Once again, Wellsville moving the ball on the ground almost at will, but both teams have decided to put it up in the air, and that's how they've both put their touchdowns on the board. Wellsville working into the win this 2nd quarter. Todd at quarterback once again. 6 men up on the line defensively. And shooting through off the right side is Jack Wilhite, and coming up to make the stop is Mogensen. Mike Mogensen, who fumbled the football on offense to set up this drive by Wellsville. Mogensen brought him down at the 12, but not before Wilhite picked up another Wellsville 1st down and 10 with 9.5 minutes to play in the first half. 1st and 10 at the 12, just inside the 12. And again, Todd calls a quick count. Handoff comes left side, down inside the 10 to near the 6-yard line on the carry is Wilhite. Jack Wilhite, and again, Andy Carlson and a host of white jerseys in on the stop for Smoky Valley. Number 55, Andy Carlson, a 185-pound senior, plays linebacker on defense, and also occasionally you'll find him out on the offensive center side of the football for the Vikings. 2nd down and 5 after a gain of 5. The ball at the 6. I formation, quick count, pitch back to the tailback. Cuts inside the 5, penalty flag on the play. He's down to the 2-yard line, but hold everything. Wilhite carries the football, a flag on the play, and again, Dave Anderson on the carry, or on the tackle, rather. Call's going to go against Wellsville. It's holding, so don't count the pickup by Wilhite. I'll talk with the Lindsborg Smoky Valley captain now to be sure they want to accept that penalty, and I would assume they would. Mike Mogensen having his options explained to him by referee Bruce Harper. Clock stops on the penalty with 8:35 left to go. First half of action here in this 3A championship game. And you know, these games are the games that these high school guys look forward to all year long, getting to play on the artificial turf and for that big state championship trophy here in Manhattan. Vikings accept the penalty. They walk it off back to the 14-yard line. And it'll be 2nd down and 12 from there for the Eagles of Wellsville. Split backfield. Again, quick count. Inside misdirection after the fake pitch to the wingback, and a penalty flag down again back at the 22-yard line. The carry goes up to the 13 for a gain of 1. Matt Talbot on the stop. Mark Thorough on the misdirection. But he was in motion too soon, or someone was. Illegal procedure against Wellsville. All of a sudden, the Wellsville Eagles marching backwards via the yellow flag. 7-7 our score, 8:15 to go. Here in the first half of action, the Vikings decline this penalty. They'll make it 3rd down and 11. The play only gained a yard. Wilhite back into the ball game for the Eagles, and checking out is number 80, Darren Owings. Rather, Owings goes in wide to the near side. And now Wellsville comes to the line, and Aaron Todd didn't like what he saw. He takes a timeout. Eagles call timeout with 7:59 to play first half. Our score, Wellsville 7, Lindsborg Smoky Valley 7. Ball's at the 13-yard line. Wellsville faced with a 3rd down and 11 yards to go, working into a win. I formation. The score tied at 7, 7:59 to play in the half. Todd fakes the handoff, throws over the middle, and almost intercepted. Pass incomplete. And it was almost picked off down there by number 55, Andy Carlson. But it falls incomplete. It'll be 4th down and 11 yards to go, and now it's decision time for Wellsville. You're working into a win. Do you kick the field goal on 4th and 11, what would be about a 30-yard attempt into the win? Or do you go for it on 4th and 11 with the score tied at 7? That question is quickly answered by head coach Jim Wright as he sets his offense in the eye. The senior signal caller, Aaron Todd, takes the snap, comes down the line to the left side on the option, cuts inside at the 10. He did not get the first down. Far short, a gain of about 3, and the Wellsville Eagles turn it over on downs, and once again, Dave Anderson on the stop for the Vikings. Not a bad move by Jim Wright, 91 yards. Now the Vikings will have to travel to put more points on the board, and they have 7 minutes and 40 seconds remaining before the halftime intermission to attempt that. Throw set in the backfield. 2 wide receivers to the left side. Quick count. Quarterback Oliver rolls, throws the football complete at the 20, to the 25, the 27, 8-yard line, and knocked out of bounds over there after making the catch on the far side. Good for a first down. Mark Thoreau on the stop for Wellsville. And it was number 80 for Lindsborg Smoky Valley, Cabral, that made the catch. 135-pound senior wide receiver. Gain of about 13 or 14 on the play. Good for a first down and 10. Ball marked just across the 28-yard line. 1st and 10, and once again, Oliver, quick count under center. Almost fumbled the ball. Hands off, though, to his tailback, Mike Mogensen, and Mogensen gets a yard or 2 up to the 30-yard line. George Laster, the defensive end, on the stop for Wellsville. Four men down defensive line for Wellsville as the Vikings come to the line and send a pair of wide receivers to the near side. That's number 81, Larry Van Der Wigge, and number 80, Manuel Cabral. Back to pass, complete on the near side. Number 86 makes the catch. And that is Troy Garcia. He's across the 40 to the 41, and it's another 1st and 10 for the Vikings. And again, Thorough on the stop for Wellsville. The little defensive cornerback getting a lot of work, making several tackles for the Wellsville Eagles. 1st down and 10, another 14-yard pickup. Call it the 42, the nose of the football resting near the 42-yard line. 6:45 to go, first half of action. The score 7-7. Again, an I formation for the Vikings. Splits to both sides. Tight end now in motion on the near side, and we've got penalty flags on the play. Defensive line for Wellsville jumped, but were they drawn off is the question. The officials will talk it over, and it's against Wellsville. Encroachment the call on the defense. They'll walk off 5 yards. And that'll put the ball out across the 46-yard line, and a 1st and 5 now for Lindsborg Smoky Valley. And you can do a lot of things on 1st and 5, but you can't do on a 1st and 10. 1st and short yardage, 1st and 5, wide receivers to both sides. Tight end again in motion. Looks like they're going to run the same play. They'll set him up on the left side. Quick count. Now pitch back to the left side. That's Mogensen. He's up across the 50 to the 48, near a 1st down as he crosses to the 47. And he should have a 1st down and 10. Jack Wilhite on the stop for Wellsville. It is another gain of 6 on the play and a 1st down and 10. Ball at the 47, inside Wellsville territory. 7-7 score, 6.5 minutes to go, first half. A cool, cloudy day here in Manhattan. Vikings send 2 receivers to the near side, and again, back to pass goes the quarterback, Oliver. He rolls, sets up, throws it deep downfield, and overthrows his receiver at the 10-yard line. It was intended for Tony Garcia. He was well covered by number 22 down there, Mark Thorough, and it's incomplete. It'll bring up 2nd down and 10 at the 47. The wind now appears to have shifted directions and is blowing across the field from the near to the far side by the flags we see down to our right outside the stadium. Back in motion, Mogensen. Back to pass goes Oliver. Sets up, throws it over the middle. It's complete and knocked down at the 40-yard line. After making the reception is number 81, Larry Van Der Wigge, and Aaron Todd had to make the stop in the defensive backfield for Wellsville. Gain down to the 40-yard line, a gain of just over 5, let's call it 6. It'll be 3rd down and 4 for the Vikings. 3rd and 4, Gary Sanbo sends the play in from the far sideline, the head coach. Again, an offset backfield, 1 wide receiver this time to the near side. Back in motion comes from left to right. And back to pass goes Oliver. He's in trouble. Oliver tries to elude the rush. He does, and he's knocked out of bounds. He's going to take a loss on the play back to the 45. Mike Hamilton was the one that finally ran him out of bounds, but an awful lot of defensive pressure back there. Number 53 in the backfield, Bill Clancy, shot through there, and nobody was near him. He was the one that put the pressure on the quarterback, Troy Oliver, and forced him out of bounds. It'll bring up 4th down and 9 yards to go. A loss of 6 on the play and a punting situation for the Vikings. Good snap. Kick angling to the left side, end over end, goes out of bounds, and they'll mark it out at the 25-yard line. So Wellsville will take the football 1st and 10 at their own 25 with 5:21 to play first half, and our score tied at 7. First and 10 at the 25 for Wellsville. Aaron Todd, the quarterback, out of the eye, slot right. Todd hands off to his tailback, hurdles the tackler, and gets up across the 25 near the 29-yard line. And it was Corey Leib on the carry. Doug Malm again on the stop for the Vikings. Eagles pick up 4 on the 1st down carry by Leib. 2nd down and 6. Mike Heim, 145-pound senior tailback, checks into the game. and will replace Live, who made that first down carry. Wide receiver out to the right is Owings. I formation. Again, Todd takes the snap, fakes the handoff. Now he'll throw to the near side. Bobbled and incomplete at the 40-yard line. The pass was intended for Brian O'Connor. He had his hands on it, but number 86, Tony Garcia, got over there to make the hit, and he separated the ball from the receiver. Clock stops on the incompletion with 4 minutes and 40 seconds to play here in the first half of action. Brings up third down, 7 yards to go. Inside the 30 at the 28.5 yard line. 3rd and 7. 2 tight ends, 1 wide receiver out of the I. Handoff, off right tackle they go across. No, it's a fake, an inside reverse play. And carrying the football is number 22, Mark Thorough, and Thorough is sacked in the backfield. No gain, maybe a loss of 1. Roger Odell on the carry. I thought they had handed the football off to Corey Libe again, up the middle. But the quarterback, Aaron Todd, with a nice fake and tried that reverse play. It did not work. 4th down and 8. Back to receive this apparent punt is number 5, Mike Mogensen, and also number 11 back there, Troy Oliver. Scott, the punter, stands at the 15, gets the snap, kicks it away from Mogensen, and it's taken by Oliver at the 42-yard line, and he downs it right there. 1st down and 10 for the Vikings at the 42, and if he called fair catch, it was a quick signal. 1st and 10 Vikings, their own 43-yard line is where they'll mark it. And just like in the first quarter, here in the second quarter, neither team able to move the football on their initial possession of the period. Smoky Valley will go to work under quarterback Troy Oliver's leadership. The 170-pound senior brings him out of the huddle and sends a wide receiver split to the near side. That is Cabral. Quick count, fumble in the backfield. The ball's loose, and who's got it? It'll be 2nd down. The Vikings managed to fall on it. One of the Wellsville players had his hands on it for a minute, but it squirted out from under him. And Mogensen, the tailback, able to fall on the football. Number 52, George Laster, was the man back there scrambling for the fumble. And credited with the tackle after Mogensen recovered it for the Vikings. 3 minutes and 20 seconds to go. First half of action here at Kansas State University. 3A championship high school football in the state of Kansas. Mogensen in motion, quick count, handoff up the middle to the fullback across the 40. Allen carries to near the 43-yard line. Guy Allen and Jack Wilhite on the tackle for Wellsville. Guy Allen picks up a few yards back to the original line of scrimmage. It'll bring up a 3rd down and 10 yards to go. A gain of 5 on the play. Make it 3rd and 11. Pro set in the backfield. Again, a lone wide receiver and 2 tight ends. Now Mogensen comes to the slot to the right side, and the Vikings take a timeout. Mogensen wasn't sure about the formation and signaled to the quarterback that he had some questions. Troy Oliver turned around and wisely called a timeout. Big play right here for the Smoky Valley Vikings as they face a 3rd down and a long 10 with 2:35 to play, and our score tied at 7 here in the second quarter. Big play coming up right here for Smoky Valley. They face a 3rd down and 10. 2:35 to play first half, and the score tied at 7. The ball on their own 43-yard line. Quick count, back to pass. Fires right side, it's complete at the 42 inside Wellsville territory. That's good for a first down to Sam Francisco, and Mark Thorough on the stop for Wellsville. I like that, Sam Francisco. 1st and 10 for the Vikings. Inside Wellsville territory at the 42. And a great pass by Troy Oliver. He really rifled it right to him and hit him right between the numbers. 2 minutes and 20 seconds to play here in the first half. This time, number 80, Cabral, goes wide to the left side, split backfield. Oliver's going to look to Cabral. Down the left side, he floats the football. Cabral is open, but he's overthrown at the 7. incomplete. Thoreau supplies the coverage on defense for Wellsville. Second down and 10 coming up for the Vikings of Smoky Valley. This is the site of 3A Kansas State High School Activities Association Championship football action this afternoon. We have 2:04 to go in the first half. Oliver back to pass. Sets up, floats it down the left side. He's got a man and just overthrown. And again, Thoreau on the coverage as the pass was intended on the far side for number 81, Larry Van Derwigge, and it falls incomplete. Clock stops with 1:58 to play in the half. It'll be 3rd and 10 for Smoky Valley. Now the question is, with a crosswind blowing, this would be an awfully long field goal attempt. As a matter of fact, it'd be about a 60-yarder. So they need to pick up another 10 or 15 yards to even get in real good field goal range right now and try to take a halftime lead. Again, split backs. Oliver, the quarterback, sets up, floats it over the middle. It's almost intercepted, incomplete. And again, it's number 22 down there, Thoreau, Mark Thoreau on the coverage. He got his hands on the football but couldn't hold on. It'll bring up 4th down and 10 and a punting situation for Smoky Valley. 4th down and 10. Smoky Valley will punt the football away. Morganson will kick it. He angles it to the near side. It's a high floater. Nobody back there for Wellsville, and that could be a mistake. The ball's down at the 8-9 yard line. 1st and 10, the Eagles will take over with the score tied at 7. 1st and 10 at their own 9. 1:45 to play. Dave Anderson down the football for Smoky Valley. It's been a well-played first half by both teams. Only one turnover thus far in the ball game. That was the fumble with 30 seconds to go in the first quarter by Smoky Valley. Wellsville comes out, 3 wide receivers to the far side, and they hand it off to the lone back in the backfield, who gets up across the 10 to near the 14-yard line. Dave Anderson stops Jack Wilhite, who made the carry. Interesting formation that time by the Wellsville Eagles as they stack 3 wide receivers in single file, one right behind the other on the far side of the football field. This time a more traditional formation, offset backfield, 1 wide receiver to the left. Handoff again, Wilhite, he's across the 15 to near the 19-yard line, and he's close to a 1st down. And Dave Anderson, one of 2 tacklers in there again for Smoky Valley, and the officials are going to take a look at it. Timeout on the field for a measurement. Clock stopped with 56 seconds to play here in the first half. Wellsville taking a very conservative ground approach here deep in their own territory. Apparently satisfied to go in with a 7-7 halftime tie. Another close measurement, and again he's short. This time by about 6 inches. Bring up 3rd down and a half a foot. Wellsville, 3rd down and 6 inches to go for a 1st and 10 with 56 seconds to play in the first half. Aaron Todd, the quarterback, takes the snap, hands off the right side. 1st down carry and more by Jack Wilhite as he crosses the 20 to the 23-yard line. Jeff Shellham, a defensive tackle on the stop for Smoky Valley. 50 seconds to go now, first half of action. Coming out of the game is number 35, Scott Boven for Wellsville, and number 22, Mark Thoreau, checks in for the Eagles. Owings comes out wide to the near side. Thoreau goes wide to the far side out of the I formation. Sets up to pass, throws Todd. He's got his man, and he dropped the football at the 45-yard line. Mark Thoreau was 10 yards behind the defense, and he simply dropped the football. I think Mark smelled touchdown written all over that one and tried to run with it before he had both hands on it. It's incomplete, stops the clock with a half a minute to go, first half. There you see Thorough coming back to the huddle. That would have been good for about a 76-yard touchdown pass that he held on to it. Instead, it's 2nd and 10 at the 34. Again, an I formation. Delayed handoff this time, and that one's not going to go anywhere. Corey Live on the carry, and Guy Allen snuffed it out and knocked him down in the backfield for a loss of 3 on the play. Timeout taken now on the field by Smoky Valley. 3rd down and 10 for Wellsville. 13 seconds to go first half. The Vikings want another chance at the football. 7-7 our second quarter score as the Vikings call timeout. 13 ticks of the clock remaining on the scoreboard here at Kansas State University Football Stadium in Manhattan. 7-7 first half score. Wellsville faces a 3rd down and 13 at their own 20-yard line. Pitchback comes to the left side across the 20, the 25, tripped up shy of the 30 at the 29-yard line is Mike Heim, the ball carrier, and he will be 5 yards short of the first down. Tony Garcia with an ankle tackle. It'll be 4th down and about 5 yards to go at the 29-yard line. 4 seconds remaining, and again, the Vikings call timeout. 4 seconds to go first half. 7-7 the score, and the coaches from the Smoky Valley sidelines come out to talk to the defensive huddle. Smoky Valley got to this championship game by defeating Smith Center last week 14-3. They defeated Halstead 33-7 in the quarterfinals, and they beat Harrington 36-12 in the opening round of the playoffs. Wellsville, on the other hand, got here with a victory last week over Sabetha 28-6. They beat Galena 28-12 in the quarterfinal round, and they beat Uniontown 36-21 in the opening round of the State 3A high school football playoffs. And now both teams knotted up at 7 with 4 seconds to go first half here in this Class 3A high school football championship game in Manhattan. 4th down, 5 to go. Wellsville going to try to run the clock out here with 4 seconds to play. I formation, quick count, back to pass, sets up, floats it over the middle. It is tipped and incomplete, intended for Mark Thorough, and that will wrap up the first half. Both teams go to the locker room with the score: Wellsville's Eagles 7, the Lindsborg Smoky Valley Vikings 7. We are at halftime of this Event Video Makers production. Some first half statistics as you see the score there at halftime. Wellsville 7, Smoky Valley 7. For Smoky Valley, unofficially in rushing, Talbot 2 carries for 4 yards. Mogensen, the big man out of the backfield, 10 carries, 65 yards on the ground. And Mogensen did fumble the football once in the first half. Oliver, the quarterback, 3 carries, 7 yards, and Allen, 2 carries for 5 yards. In passing, Oliver 7 out of 11, unofficially for 89 yards in the first half and 1 touchdown. For Wellsville, the Eagles in the rushing department, Wilhite, 9 carries, 38 yards, their leading ground gainer. Live with 4 for 15. Heim, 5 carries, 29 yards. Todd, the quarterback, has 2 carries for 5 yards. And Thorough has 1 carry for no gain. In the passing department, Todd 2 out of 8 unofficially in the passing department. He also with a touchdown. That one a 42-yard pass to Owings in the first half. First half scoring went like this in the first quarter with 3:05 remaining first quarter. Smoky Valley got on the board first on a 16-yard touchdown pass from Oliver to Francisco. And Sogren added the point after touchdown. That was with 3:05 to go first quarter. Then with 1:15 to play in the first quarter, less than 2 minutes later, Todd hit Owings on a 42-yard touchdown pass for Wellsville. And the point after touchdown was good. 7-7 the score then with 1:15 to play first quarter. That's how the quarter ended, and there was no scoring in the second quarter. So that's how our half ended. Wellsville 7, Lindsborg Smoky Valley 7. Both teams have returned from the locker room, and we are just about set to get quarter number 3 underway with a 7-7 deadlock. Wellsville and Smoky Valley. A reminder that this videotape presentation by Event Video Makers of Topeka, Kansas Incorporated is a copyrighted presentation. Any reproduction in any form without express written consent is strictly prohibited. Wellsville kicked off to begin the football game. Smoky Valley will be kicking from left to right here as we begin the second half of action. Score tied at 7 in what statistically has been a pretty even football game and a very well played football game by both teams. Two deep backs back for Wellsville set to return the kickoff. Number 34, Mike Heim, and number 30, Corey Leib are the two primary deep backs for the Eagles of Wellsville. And teeing the football up is number 71 for Lindsborg Smoky Valley. That is Doug Malm, a 225-pound senior lineman. He will put the toe to it. He has it teed up on the near hash mark at the 40-yard line, working left to right. 7-7 the score as we begin the third quarter. Here's the kickoff. Heim puts the toe to it, and it will be taken by an up back at about the 14-yard line. Straight ahead to the 20, the 25, slips a tackle to the 30, and down at the 32-yard line. On the carry, number 33 for Wellsville is Jack Wilhite, and Wilhite is stopped by Matt Talbot. Matt Talbot on the tackle for Smoky Valley. So once again, from the 32-yard line, Wellsville will go to work. They had the football as time ran out at the end of the first half. Wide receiver to the right side is Darren Owings. Split backfield to get a wing right. Pitch goes to the right side. Some blocking in front of him across the 35 to the 36-yard line. Goes Corey Leib on the carry. Leib picks up a couple. Andy Carlson on the tackle, along with Larry Van Der Wigge for Smoky Valley. Gain of about 5, call it second down, 5 yards to go, just underway here in the third period. Once again, Owings to the right side, and again, or the slot to the right. Handoff straight up the middle, penalty flag down as the ball carrier crosses the 40 and is near a first down at the 43-yard line. Jack Wilhite on the carry. Andy Carlson again with the tackle, but there is a flag on the play. Holding against Wellsville the call, so that will negate the first down, and it'll cost them 5 yards. Checking out of the ball game for Wellsville is number 35, Scott Boyven, and into the ball game, number 22, Mark Thorough, the 130-pound senior who works on that wing formation. Check it, it's a 10-yard penalty for holding. Backs him up to the 26-yard line. Makes it a second down. 15 yards to go now. Quick count, back to pass, fires over the middle, intercepted at the 33. Back to the 25 and knocked down right there after he made the interception for Smoky Valley. The pass was picked off, and it was picked off by number 65 for Smoky Valley. Smoky Valley will get the football. I believe it was Jason Burt, Mike Hamilton that made the tackle, but it was Jason Baird, I believe, that picked off the football for Smoky Valley. The number 66, Jason Baird, that made the interception. First down and 10 now. Smoky Valley with the football. Pitch back, goes right side, or rather left side to the 20. Spins forward, slips a tackler, and it's down near the 15-yard line. Mike Mogensen, after he took the pitch from Troy Oliver. Darren Owings on the tackle. And again, a fumble setting up good field position. Smoky Valley gave Wellsville good field position in the first half. Now Wellsville returning the favor. via an interception, so turnovers playing a big part in the ball game. Gain of 7, second down, 3 yards to go at the 16. Wide receivers go left and right for the Vikings. Oliver under center, takes the snap, handoff straight up the middle, inside the 15, inside the 10 to the 9. Aaron Todd finally made the stop. Talbot on the carry for the Vikings. First down and goal at the 9. Smoky Valley 9 yards away from taking the lead in this tied ball game. It's currently 7-all. Quick count, pitch back. Mogensen, he crosses the 10 back down to near the 7 on a gain of 2 as he tried the left side. Mike Mogensen, the senior tailback. Mason Stewart on the stop, the linebacker for Wellsville. Wellsville defense going to have to dig in right here if they're to stop Smoky Valley. The ball at the 7-yard line, second and goal at the 7. Now a timeout going to be taken as there was confusion by Troy Oliver in the offensive backfield of Smoky Valley. They used their first timeout of this second half. Score tied at 7 with 9:04 to play, third quarter. Second down and goal at the 7-yard line. Smoky Valley back to pass. Oliver floats the left side, wide open, touchdown. Mike Mogensen on the 7-yard touchdown reception from Troy Oliver. And it's Smoky Valley 13, Wellsville 7 with 8:59 to go, third quarter of action. on the pass out of the backfield to the back out of the backfield for the touchdown. Eric Sogren is on to attempt the extra point. Number 55, Andy Carlson, will hold. Good snap, placed on the tee. The kick is away. The kick is good. 14-7, Smoky Valley on top of Wellsville. 8:59 to play in the third quarter. The kickoff is coming up. Doug Malm will kick off for the second time in this third period for Smoky Valley. The kick is away. It's a high line drive end over end kick. Fumbled at the 5 and now picked up by Wellsville. Across the 10, the 15, and near the 17-yard line. Finally brought down there was number 33, Jack Wilhite, and it was Jeff Shellham who finally made the tackle along with Tony Garcia for Lindsborg Smoky Valley. The Vikings lead 14-7 after an interception that was thrown by Wellsville quarterback Aaron Todd turned into a touchdown on a 5-yard pass from Oliver to Morganson, and Sorgren added the extra point. Todd now back under center for Wellsville, I formation. And he keeps on the quarterback keeper after a fake handoff. He crosses the 20 near the 21 for a gain of 3. It'll be 2nd and 7.
Tackle made by number 47,
Roger Odell on the stop for Smoky Valley.
2nd and 7 on the 21-yard line.
Gain of 3, 2nd down, 7 yards to go. Into the game, Corey Live for Wellsville brings the play to senior signal caller Aaron Todd. Todd will send Brian O'Connor to the right side in a split-end formation. Fakes the handoff, looks to pass, throws the football, and it was almost picked off again. Incomplete, intended for Owings, and the ball was nearly intercepted by number 47, Roger Odell, at the 25, and there was nobody between him and the end zone. Incomplete. It'll bring up a 3rd down, 7 yards to go at the 21-yard line. Once again, out of the eye, wing to the left. Todd on the option, cuts upfield at the 20 to the 23-yard line. He'll be 5 yards short of the first down, give him a gain of 2. It'll be 4th and 5. Guy Allen on the tackle for Smoky Valley. Also in there on the stop for Smoky Valley was number 66, Jason Baird, who had the interception earlier. The 4th down, 5 yards to go, and an apparent punting situation for Wellsville. Smoky Valley has a man deep in punt return formation. That is Troy Oliver, their quarterback, who's also doing the punt returning. And number 34, Mike Heim, will do the kicking for Wellsville. He stands at the 11. Low snap, picks it up. High, very, very short kick, almost straight up. It goes out of bounds at the 29-yard line. That kick will net only 6 yards for Wellsville. 6-yard punt. And Wellsville digging themselves into a hole here very quickly via an earlier interception, and now a 6-yard punt by the punter, Mike Heim. 7 minutes, 25 seconds to play, third quarter. Troy Oliver brings the Vikings to the line of scrimmage. He sends a man in motion from right to left. Handoff, Mogensen tries the left side off tackle and gets a couple. Down inside the 30 to near the 26-yard line. Aaron Todd makes the stop. Gain of a couple, call it 2nd down and 8 yards to go. All on the 26-yard line. Smoky Valley has been given a golden opportunity here by Wellsville to put some more points on the board. They're 26 yards away from the goal line. Reverse play coming around to the left side. Slips a tackler in the backfield, and he's hit at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. Good defensive pursuit. Manuel Cabral on the reverse carry. And Mike Heim, defensive back, came up and shut him down. Might have even lost a yard on the play. 3rd down, let's call it 8 yards to go. Lost a yard, 3rd and 8. 3rd and 8, the ball on the 27. As once again, Troy Oliver sets the backfield behind him and drops back to pass. Here comes the pressure. He is sacked back at the 40-yard line, knocked down by number 73, Dale Gray. Nobody touched Dale Gray as he came in from his defensive end position and knocked the quarterback down. Big loss on the play of 13 yards. It'll be 4th down and a lot of yardage to go. And that even took him out of field goal range. Punting time for the Vikings. Here comes the rush. He gets it away. It's a high, short, floating kick. It's going to angle out of bounds and go out at about the 19-yard line. Well, they'll mark it at the 21 now. So Wellsville takes over, trailing 14-7. 1st and 10 at their own 21 with 5:35 to play, 3rd quarter. Wellsville needs to get some offense going and establish some momentum, get a drive going here. Split backfield. The Eagles with the football. Handoff straight up the middle. Big hole, 25 near the 30-yard line on a gain of 8. Making the carry, number 33, Jack Wilhite, and Jason Baird brought him down. Gain of 8 on the play, 2nd and 2, as Wilhite took it straight up the gut, and credit the middle of that offensive line with making the big hole for Wilhite to go through. Todd, the quarterback, takes hands off right side, across the 30 to the 33. That should be good for a 1st down. Again, Wilhite on the carry. Van Derwig on the tackle. Larry Van Derwig, number 81, stopped him, but not before he picked up a 1st down and 10. .455 and counting to go in the 3rd quarter. Wellsville trying to even this ball game up. They trail by 7. Little confusion on the defensive line for Smoky Valley. Pitchback comes left side. Across the 35, slips a tackler, but's knocked down at the 37-yard line. Mike Heim on the carry. Gate of 3 or 4 on the play, and Heim is hurt on the tackle at the 37. Chuck Walker, number 32, made the stop for Wellsville, or rather for Smoky Valley. Officials timeout as Heim is injured on the play. Timeout comes with 4:27 to play in the 3rd quarter, and Heim will get up. It's a little woozy, but appears to be all right. He'll be helped to the near sideline on the Wellsville bench. In to replace him is Corey Live, number 30. Going out to the far side, Darren Owings now for Wellsville. Wing to the right, I formation. Todd takes, hands off, across the 40, dives forward as he's hit. And getting up near a 1st down at the 43-yard line on the carry is Corey Live. Tony Garcia, the man that hit him, and he dives forward. He'll be near the sticks, and the officials are going to bring the sticks across the field for a measurement. He had to get to the 43-yard line. From here, it looks like he's about a foot or 2 short, but we'll wait and see as they bring the chains across. He's going to be about a yard short, 2 to 3 feet short of the 1st and 10. You should get a good look at it there. 3rd down and just under a yard to go, let's call it, for the Eagles of Wellsville. And what will head coach Jim Wright pull out of his basket of tricks here? 3rd and a yard, 4:04 to play, 3rd quarter of action. And Jim Wright and his Wellsville Eagles trail by 7, 14-7. 3rd and 1. Aaron Todd, the quarterback, brings him to the line, sets him in an I. 6 men up front. Todd on the keeper to the 45. 1st down, Wellsville.
1st down, Wellsville.
Big 1st down. It keeps the drive alive for the Eagles, who need to establish some momentum right here and establish a drive and put some points on the board. .350 to go, 3rd quarter. Still plenty of time in the game left, but Wellsville needs some points out of this drive. Offset backfield, quick count, handoff, tries the left side on a little counter play, Up near the 49-yard line is Jack Wilhite on the carry. The 170-pound fullback bashes his way through, and it was Doug Malm that brought him down, along with number 66 over there, Jason Baird, in on the stop. Called Baird's name several times here in the second half. Second down, 6 yards to go after a gain of 4. Once again, Owings goes wide to the right side. Again, a handoff across the 50 to the 47-yard line inside Viking territory. Wilhite again on the carry, and Jack Wilhite seems to be the man that the Eagles will go to. Mike Mogensen on the stop. Wilhite been doing an awful lot of the groundwork here for the Wellsville Eagles in the second half. You can hear the Eagles fans below us chanting, "Let's go over Eagles." They want a touchdown. It's 3rd and 4 at the 47. Handoff slips away from a tackler in the backfield, and he will be close to a first down as Wilhite crosses the 45 to near the 44-yard line. Wilhite slipped one tackle. Dave Anderson finally brought him down, along with help from Roger Odell, number 47. And Wilhite is hurt. There's an official's timeout on the field.
First and 10, Wellsville on the 44-yard line.
First down and 10 as Wilhite did pick up the necessary yardage. 2:22 to go here in the third. Wellsville High School Superintendent is Don Martin. The principal is George Stewart. Athletic Director is Randall Renau. And for Lindsborg Smoky Valley, the superintendent is Irvin Myers. Principal Larry Nelson and Athletic Director Ron Dalston. Some of the administration of the two high schools involved in today's Class 3A Kansas State High School Activities Association Championship action. They're working on the left leg of Wilhite. Might just be a cramp in the area they're working. It looks like they're massaging the calf, which is a good sign if it's just a Charlie horse and no ligament damage involved. Wilhite's going to get up and walk off under his own power, so that's a good sign for the Wellsville Eagles. Lindsborg Smoky Valley leads 14-7. We have 2:22 to play, third quarter of action. Wellsville with a 1st and 10 at the Viking 44. Aaron Todd pitches back, or rather faked the pitch, keeps it himself, picks up 3 down to the 41-yard line. And Tony Garcia makes the stop for the Vikings. Gain of 3, 2nd and 7 yards to go for a Wellsville 1st and 10. They've done it all on the ground on this drive. Owings goes out wide to the right side. Again out of the eye. Quick count, pitch back comes left side. And wrapped up in the backfield. Nice shoestring tackle by Guy Allen, and he tackled Mike Heim, who had the carry. He'll lose a yard or 2 on the play, bring up 3rd down and long. Let's call it 3rd and 8 yards to go at the 43, 3rd and 9 at the 43-yard line. Clock showing 1:20 to play, third period.
43-yard line.
Third down and 9, apparent passing situation. We'll see what the Eagles do. Fake handoff, he's going to throw. He's got a man, and he caught it inside the 30 at the 28-yard line. Pass is complete to Brian O'Connor as he kept his feet inbounds. Great footwork by Brian O'Connor and a perfect pass from Aaron Todd. Threw it over the outside shoulder so it could not be picked off. Pass is complete, 1st and 10 inside the 30. I believe that's the first pass play of this drive by Wellsville, and it goes for a 1st and 10. Todd comes down the line, pitches back in the backfield, and wrapped up and dropped back at the 35. A loss of 6 on the play is Mike Heim. He was tackled by number 5, Mike Mogensen, and Mogensen celebrates a little bit over him after he knocks him down back at the 35, a loss of 7. 2nd and 17 yards to go with 39 seconds remaining in the third quarter.
2nd and 17, 35-yard
Wind shifted again and is blowing right now in the face of Wellsville. They'll have the wind at their back in just 28 seconds. I formation. Fake handoff, sets up, complete, and a little pitch back, and the ball's fumbled. They tried to run the flea flicker, it didn't work. Fumbled away, the Vikings get it back. Mike Mogensen came up with the football as the pitch was intended for Mark Thorough.
Pass complete to number 16, O'Connor. Out of bounds, 28-yard line. 1st and 10, Wellsville. Second and 17, 35-yard line.
The Vikings get it back and thwart a Wellsville drive with 15 seconds to play in the third quarter as they tried to run the
34-yard line.
little bit of razzle-dazzle, and it was incomplete. Or the pass was complete, and then the lateral was fumbled. 8 seconds remaining third quarter, and the turnovers right now are the difference in the ball game. An interception early in this period set up a Viking touchdown. That's the end of the third quarter. Wellsville trailing Lindsborg Smoky Valley 14-7. Here we go as we begin the fourth quarter of action. Smoky Valley with the football. Pitch back. Mogensen across the 35, knocked down by two blue shirts at the 40-yard line. In on the stop, number 73, Dale Gray, and number 71, Heath Rabe. But not before a gain of 6, 2nd down and 4, and once again, Smoky Valley with the football and a 7-point lead, 14-7 in this 3A Kansas State High School Activities Association championship football game. Wide receivers split left and right, offset, pro set in the backfield. Now man in motion comes from left to right, and the pitch goes right side Mogensen. Mogensen's met at the 40-yard line, and he's not going to go anywhere. 5 blue shirts in on the tackle, and the first man to get through there for Wellsville was number 80, Darren Owings, and number 73, Dale Gray. 2nd down. Still 4 yards to go. No gain on the play. Make it 3rd down and 4. And we've got a penalty flag on the play, and it's going to go against Smoky Valley. So that might back him up if Wellsville decides to accept the penalty. They're talking with number 12, Aaron Todd, the captain for Wellsville right now, and the Eagles will accept the penalty against Smoky Valley. It's a 15-yarder, and that hurts if you're a Smoky Valley fan. Illegal block below the waist is the call against the Vikings. 15-yard penalty brings up 2nd down and 16.
25-yard line.
Back to pass goes Oliver. He rolls to the right side. Now he'll tuck it away and run. He gets up across the 30 to about the 31 or 2-yard line. They'll mark him down at the 32. Troy Oliver knocked down by Jack Wilhite. Wilhite with a good open field tackle. Gain of about 5 on the play. Brings up 3rd and 11.
32-yard line.
For Smoky Valley. Clock continues to run, 10:25 to play here in the final period in this 3A championship game. Wide receiver out to the near side is Cabral. One split to the far side, and back to pass goes Oliver. He's looking over the middle, complete at midfield. A nice reception by San Francisco at the 47-yard line inside Wellsville territory. Mike Heim made the tackle. The pass from Oliver was right on the money. It hit him between the 2 8s on his jersey at the 50, and he picked up 3 more after making the catch. Oliver not afraid to let that thing fly in traffic over the middle. 4-man front on the defense for Wellsville, 3 linebackers. Tight end comes in motion and now will set on the left side. Oliver pitches back to Mogensen. Mogensen across the 45, angles the 40 down the sideline, 35, and run out of bounds at the 32-yard line. That's good for another 1st and 10 for Smoky Valley. Mason Stewart, among others, knocked him out of bounds.
Number 44, Stewart.
Well, the second half has been all Smoky Valley thus far, with the exception of that drive by Wellsville, and then the turnover on the fumbled lateral. Cabral goes wide to the right, I formation. Handoff, Mogensen on a little stutter misdirection. He gets inside the 35, near the 32. Gate of 1 on the play, 2nd and 9. Heath Rabe makes the tackle for Wellsville.
Tackle number 71, Raby.
We were tied 7-7 at halftime. It's now 14-7 Smoky Valley, and the Vikings have the football and are inside Eagle territory at the 32-yard line on the synthetic turf here in Manhattan, Kansas, on a cloudy and cool Saturday afternoon in November. 9 minutes to go, final period of action. Oliver, swing pass to this wide receiver on the right side. He's met at the line, pulls his way across the 30 to the 28-yard line for a gain of 5, and he did it all on his own out there. Darren Owings made the stop, and it was Tony Garcia that picked up the yardage by putting his head down, and one of the Wellsville Eagles is hurt. We've got a timeout on the field. 8:42 to play in the game, 14-7. Wellsville trails Smoky Valley. Darren Owings, the injured player, he didn't want to come out, but the officials had stopped the clock, and under the Kansas State High School rules, you must come out for at least 1 play if they take an injury timeout for you, so he'll come to the sideline. Line of scrimmage now, the 29-yard line for Smoky Valley. Clock starts, 8:35 and counting to play here in the game. 1 wide receiver to the near side. Oliver, the quarterback, he's going to eat the football. Is coming right up the middle to make the tackle. Was number 73, Dale Gray, and Oliver wanted to run the option but had nobody to pitch to as Gray shot through the gap. Good defense by the Eagles that time, and Gray with a nice stop. Brings up 4th and 11 in a punting situation. Mogensen on to punt the football. And again, nobody back deep for Wellsville. The ball hits at the 8. And it'll be down at the 7-yard line. 8-yard line's where they'll mark it. And why Wellsville had nobody back there to return it, I don't know. 7:55 to go in the game. Wellsville deep in their own territory, trailing 14-7. Aaron Todd brings the Eagles to the line in an I formation from their own 8. Todd's back to pass from his end zone, floats it down the right side. Owings incomplete. Coverage provided and covered well. Troy Oliver was all over Owings. Eagles come out on 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory, throwing the football. But on the first attempt of this drive, it falls incomplete. Checking into the ball game for Wellsville, number 52, George Laster, replacing number 79, Donnie Mosier. Again, Aaron Todd works out of the eye under center. Fakes the handoff on the play action. Floats it to the right side, this time complete near the 15-yard line. Going to be a couple of yards short of the first down. Owings on the catch, and Oliver again on the man-to-man coverage. $7:15 to go in the ball game. Clock running. It's going to bring up a third down. And 4 yards to go. For a Wellsville 1st and 10. Gain of 6 on the last play. The fans come to their feet. High formation. Owings split left. Pitch back, fumble. The ball's loose. It's covered up at the 9-yard line. Corey Live, the pitch was over his left shoulder. It'll be 4th down and long. 4th and 9 at the 9. It's decision time here for Wellsville. Do you go for it with 6.5 minutes to play in the game? Or do you punt it away and hope your defense can hold and get the ball back? They're going to kick the football away. Number 16, Brian O'Connor, will stand 3 yards deep in his end zone to punt it away. It's a high spiraling kick. Going to be taken at the 44 on the fair catch by Mogensen. And Smoky Valley will go to work. 1st and 10 at the Wellsville 44-yard line. 6:12 to go in the game. Smoky Valley 14, Wellsville 7. Wellsville defense needs to force a turnover right here if they're to get back in the ballgame. They trail by 7 with 6:12 to play. Smoky Valley with the football. Oliver takes the snap, hands off Mogensen. He's hit at the line of scrimmage for no gain. Mogensen is tackled at the line of scrimmage. Jack Wilhite, number 33, on the tackle for the Wellsville Eagles. Clock under 6 minutes and counting. 7-point advantage for Smoky Valley. If Wellsville can force a turnover here on a fumble or interception, they could get right back in this ball game. But if they let Smoky Valley drive and eat up some precious time off the clock, it could be all over. Tight end goes in motion left to right. Now we've got a whistle and penalty flags fly before the snap of the football. See what this is all about. It stops the clock with 5:36 to go. Dead ball foul, encroachment against Wellsville defense. That'll be a 5-yard penalty. 5-yard penalty against the Eagles for encroachment. Somebody apparently lined up in the neutral zone offsides. Tough call. You had them down 2nd and 9. Now it's going to be 2nd and 4.
44-yard line.
Wide receivers go left and right. Oliver at quarterback. His tight end goes from left to the right side and will set up on the right side. Pitch back, Mogensen. He gets a block. The 35, the 33-yard line. And that's going to be good for a Smoky Valley 1st down and 10. Wilhite on the stop once again, along with Mike Heim for Wellsville. 1st and 10. Smoky Valley, they lead at 14-7 here with 5:20 to play, 4th quarter, on the campus of Kansas State University. Troy Oliver, the senior signal caller, sets him in the eye, hands off to his fullback this time. Little, if any, gain.
31, Talbot.
Talbot carries the football. Aaron Todd came up to make the stop. Matt Talbot, a junior, weighs in at 170 on the carry for the Smoky Valley Vikings. No gain, 2nd and 10 to go for Smoky Valley. And right now, they're just content to eat some time off the clock, keep the ball on the ground, and keep it in bounds. Offset backfield, wide receiver comes in motion to the near side. Pitch back, goes to Mogensen. He's across the 30 near the 26-yard line. Aaron Todd again on the stop for Wellsville. Gain of about 6 on the play. It'll be 3rd and 4 for Smoky Valley. 4:17 and counting remaining in the ball game. The Viking fans get up and try to get their team to get a first down on 3rd and 4. 4 minutes to play in the game. Motion to the left side, pitch back, comes to Mogensen. He's across the 25, the 23-yard line, and awful close to a first down. He had to get just across the 23. George Lassiter made the stop, and the officials are going to bring the chains in from the far side and measure. Clock stops with 3 minutes and 49 seconds to play in the 4th quarter. Smoky Valley with the football and a 14-7 advantage on the scoreboard. It's going to be 4th down and a foot. It's about the 3rd time today we've seen a team have a 4th down and less than a yard to go. Smoky Valley's going to go for it. They lead by 7, 14-7. A first down here would all but seal the game away for Smoky Valley. 4th and a foot. Oliver, the quarterback, split backfield, hands off Mogensen. Or rather the fullback, it was not Mogensen that time. It's going to be close to the first down. Talbot on the carry. Matt Talbot tried the right side behind his guard and tackle. And it's going to depend on the spot of the football. And the officials will give them the first down. 1st and 10 inside the 23. First down and 10. 3:30 to play in the ball game. Wellsville needs to force a turnover if they're going to get back in it right here. Smoky Valley controlling the game on the ground and eating time off the clock. Mogensen, right side, gets down to the 20-yard line. Gain of a couple, 2nd and 8.
Mogensen, the ball carrier.
Wilhite again on the stop.
33, Wilhite.
Wilhite's been prevalent on both sides of the football this afternoon, carrying it offensively and making a lot of tackles on the defense from his linebacker position.
Officials timeout.
They have an official timeout on the field with 2:58 to play. Now they'll reset it and get it going. The final 2 minutes and 55 seconds of the 1988 3A football season in the state of Kansas. Oliver looks over the defense, takes the snap, hands off to Allen, who crushes his way across the 20 to the 17. Gain of 3, it'll be 3rd and 5 for Smoky Valley. Aaron Todd again on the stop.
Second 8, all's on the 17-yard line.
3rd down with the ball at the 17, 5 yards to go. 3rd and 5. Oliver splits his backs and sends a man out wide to the left side. He'll hand off. That's Mogensen across the 15. He's down to about the 13, a yard shy of the first down. And once again, Aaron Todd with the tackle.
Tackle by number 44, Mason Stewart.
They also Mason Stewart on the tackle as well. And Mike Hamilton, number 54, in there to make the stop for Wellsville.
4th and 1.
4th and a yard to go for Smoky Valley with 1:35 to play in the ball game. Out wide to the far side is Sam Francisco, and wide to the near side, Manuel Cabral. And Smoky Valley will take a timeout. Timeout on the field, 1:29 to play in the ball game. 14-7, Smoky Valley leads Wellsville. 4th down, a yard to go with 1:29 to play. Illegal motion, and that's going to be against Smoky Valley. That'll cost them 5 yards, I believe. Dead ball foul, illegal procedure offense, 5-yard penalty. It'll bring up 4th and 5, and Troy Oliver's upset. The quarterback for Smoky Valley obviously upset with that. And now instead of 4th and less than a yard, you're looking at 4th and a long 5 yards to go. Smoky Valley with a 7-point lead, 14-7. but it's not quite as easy to pick up 5 on 4th down as it is to pick up about 1.5 feet. They'll send wide receivers to both sides. Francisco near side, Garcia far side. Back to pass, Oliver floats the left side. It's complete at the 15, to the 10, to the 8-yard line. First down and goal as the pass was complete on the near side to Matt Talbot out of the backfield. Mason Stewart on the stop for Wellsville. And that seals the ball game, I believe, barring a major turnover, a big mistake by Smoky Valley. Wellsville takes a timeout. 1:21 to go in the game. Wellsville 7, Smoky Valley 14. There you have a look at the defensive unit for Wellsville High School. 1:21 to play in the game as Smoky Valley comes to the line. First and goal at the 8. The Vikings lead it 14-7, threatening to add to their cushion right here with 1:21 to play. Oliver takes the snap, hands off Mogensen. He is crushed at the line of scrimmage. Maybe got a foot or two on the play. Not much more. Wellsville's going to take their second timeout. No, it's an official's timeout. Official's timeout as number 73 for Wellsville, Dale Gray. Dale Gray gets up rather slowly from the bottom of the stack there at the 8-yard line. Now they are going to charge Wellsville with the timeout, so Wellsville does use their second timeout of the second half. To recap the scoring for you, in the first quarter with 3:05 to play, Oliver hit Francisco for the Vikings, a 16-yard touchdown pass. Sorgren added the extra point. With 1:15 to go in the quarter, a 42-yard touchdown pass from Todd to Owings. And the extra point put Wellsville in a tie at 7-7. Neither team scored in the second quarter, so that's how the half ended, tied at 7. In the third quarter with 8:59 remaining, Oliver hit Mogensen on a 5-yard touchdown pass. Sogren added the PAT, and the Vikings took a 14-7 lead. That was set up by an interception thrown by Wellsville quarterback Aaron Todd. And now Smoky Valley with 1:08 to go in the game, leading 14-7, is threatening to add more. They have a second and goal at the 8. I formation, pitch back, comes left side. Nice block. Mogensen's down at the 4-yard line. And once again, it's Aaron Todd that makes the stop. He's down at the 3. They'll mark him down after a gain of 5. Wellsville calls another timeout. They use their final timeout of the ball game. Wellsville cannot stop the clock again. They trail in the ball game 14-7 with 57 seconds remaining on the clock. Third down and goal from the 3-yard line for Smoky Valley. 57 seconds to go. Handoff. Mogensen tries the left side. He's down to the 3. I don't know if he got close to the end zone. Got about the 2-yard line. It's going to bring up 4th and goal just outside the 2. 4th down and goal, and it was Mason Stewart, number 44, that made the stop for Wellsville. I think Smoky Valley just going to take their time now with 28 seconds clock running remaining in the game. They may even take a delay call here, delay a game call. Quarterback Oliver talking to the referee, Bruce Harper. And it is going to be delay of game. That'll cost them 5, back them up to the 7-yard line. Remember, Wellsville cannot stop the clock again. They've used all their timeouts. Lindsborg Smoky Valley Vikings are going to be the Class 3A Kansas State High School football champions for 1988. 12 seconds left on the clock as they set the clock now. 14-7, the Vikings lead it here in the 4th quarter. Wide receiver to the far side. Oliver, the quarterback, takes the snap, pitches left side Mogensen. Mogensen's knocked down at the 6, but that'll be the last play of the football game. Eagles hustle onto the field, and they're going to try to snap the ball.
Wellsville.
7 seconds. They stopped the clock as it's turned over on down, so 7 seconds to go. Quickly, the Eagles, penalty flag on the play. They throw it out of bounds with 4 seconds left, and there's a flag on the play. It's going to be illegal procedure against Wellsville as they had too many people moving, trying to hustle the offense onto the field. They'll get one more shot at it with 4 seconds to go. All you can hope for here is an alley-oop pass and maybe a pass interference call downfield or a completion for a touchdown. One last shot at it for the Wellsville Eagles under head coach Jim Wright. Mike Heim checks into the football game, replacing Corey Live for Wellsville. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1, and they won't get the play off. That's the ball game. The game is over. Smoky Valley wins it 14-7 and are the 1988 3A high school football champions. This has been an event video production, all rights reserved. Your announcer has been Mark Stubbs. this way. Baby. Going this way. Going this way, coach. You stay there. The line has to go this way. Oh, come on.
I can't believe it.
Over here, man, about the 40-yard line. Trophy, second place, Wellsville Eagles, now be presented by Mark Bonjour, Assistant Athletic Director, KSU. Congratulations, Wellsville.
He's back here.
He's got to carry it.
Oh, can we start breathing again?
Run!